Нагадую, що якщо у вас є якісь питання, будь ласка, пишіть в чат. І також, якщо хочете поспілкуватися наживо, теж пишіть про це в чат. На ці питання будуть надані відповіді по завершенню презентації, і я передаю слово нашим доповідачам. So you can start.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Lithuania, from Utena, very nice city in the northeast of Lithuania. My name is Rūta Jurgelionenė. I am a head of International Relations Department, as well a lecturer of Faculty of Medicine. And together with my colleague, Deividas Kurlavičius, who will be the presenter of our institution, we are very happy that you are interested in studies in Utenos Kolegija or Utena Higher Education Institution. I wish you a very good day, and we would like to have questions which are important for you, knowing about how to become members of our academic institution.
So, hello everyone. My name is Deividas Kurlavičius. As my colleague Rūta already presented me, so I am working as a specialist of International Relations Department, and today we will have a presentation about Utena Higher Education Institution. So I'd like to continue and start introduction from our city, from Utena city. I just want to mention, I see some people writing in chat. So if you got any questions, you can write all the time. And at the end of the presentations, we will answer everything. So first of all, about Utena, it's one of the oldest cities in Lithuania. First time mentioned in 13th century. As you can see in the slide, it's located in northeast part of Lithuania. We are not so big country, so it's very easy to reach capital city Vilnius. It's only 97 kilometers away. Then second biggest city Kaunas, it's only 130 kilometers away from Utena. So let's say all the cities where is more crowded, where is a lot of activities, it's quite nearby. But Utena, it's very beautiful. It's a lot of nature, a lot of lakes, a lot of forests, rivers. So even in Lithuania, we got about 6,000 lakes. And only in the Utena region, in that eastern part of Lithuania, it's more than 1,000. So you will feel always calm and relaxed during your studies here. And now a little bit about our institution, about Utena Higher Education Institution. It was established in year of 2000. Our college system started from year 2000, but actually our institution it's a little bit older, not a little bit, but much older. We got two parts, two faculties. Faculty of Business and Technologies were established more than 50 years ago, and Faculty of Medicine established 70 years ago. So this year we got the huge birthday of the Faculty of Medicine. So it means we are quite experienced. We are important for the region because we are only one regional higher education institution in Utena. And a little bit more facts about our institution, that we got recognition of the foreign qualification, and also we got experience, and we got opportunities to have electronic learning possibilities. So at the moment we got experience with international students who are studying business management, tourism management services, or informatics, who are starting the first semester online. And after that, they are continuing their studies here, face-to-face classes in Utena. And it's also possible to do classes in mixed way. Of course, no one likes COVID, but during the COVID, we gain a lot of experience how to do mixed classes. So at the moment, we are also organizing it. We are using Moodle system. I know maybe some of you heard about it. So our electronic learning system is Moodle, and you can log in to this system, see all the courses, all the slides, all the presentations, all the electronic books, and you can, as at the moment you are connected to Click meeting system, so we are using big blue button. It's very similar when the students can join the classes. And now about the length of the study years, we got full-time studies and part-time studies. For full-time studies, it's 3-year studies in total of 180 credits, and we got nursing study program, which is a little bit longer, so it's 3.5 years. It means it's 210 credits. We are teaching in foreigner students in 2 languages, in English and Russian. Unfortunately, we cannot teach in Ukrainian because it's different language. It's quite hard to understand, hard to know. But majority of the Ukrainian students understand English, or some of them speaks Russian as well. We are a very one of our advantages. We are student-centered learning system. We are paying a lot of attention to students. We are doing teamworks. We are doing group works. We are going with the students to institutions, organizations of our city. Even Utena, it's very industrial city. We got a lot of factories, meat factory, milk factory, sewing factory, metal factories, logistic companies. So it's very easy to find some places to do traineeship and to find a job after your studies. All the students after graduating getting professional bachelor degree. In Lithuania, we got 2 different degrees. It's bachelor degree and professional bachelor degree. But internationally, it's different. It's academical and professional bachelor, but it's the same level 6. If you are going to graduate in Utena College, in Utena Higher Education Institution, all the Europe recognize your diploma as level 6 as a bachelor. Yes. And let's continue about academic years. We got 2 semesters. We got autumn semester, which is always starts on 1st of September and ends on 30th of January. And we got spring semester, which starts from 1st of February and ends on 13th of June. And during July and August, there is summer holidays, summer break. And what I want to mention, you will see in later slides, but we are also organizing admission twice a year. One admission is open from 1st of October till 1st of November, if you are applying for the spring semester. And another one, the closest one, will be open this May, from 1st of May till 1st of July. And students can send the documents. And after that, they start their studies from the 1st of September. And I can see some questions, but as I mentioned, I'm just going to finish presentation. And if there will be more questions, I'm going to answer everything together. And what we offer, we offer high quality studies. We got a lot of new equipment. We got some study programs in Faculty of Medicine with mannequins, with medical equipment. In Faculty of Business and Technology, we got laboratories with robotics, engineering equipment. So you will receive high quality studies. We got student exchange programs. So the most popular, probably you already heard about Erasmus Plus program. So it's not only for students, it's for everyone. It's for secondary education students, it's for teachers, it's for lecturers, it's for students, it's for sportsmen, it's for a lot of different groups. But as a higher education institution, we are paying attention for the student exchange. And students can have opportunity to go to traineeships, to the studies abroad to the other Europe countries, and not only Europe, but for close countries. And I'll explain you a little bit more about the Erasmus exchange in next slides. There is opportunity to do internships in Lithuanian and foreign institutions. So if you are choosing to study in Utena College, the colleges in Lithuania are very oriented in practical way, in practical studies. So almost every year, or in some groups, in some study programs every year, you will have longer or shorter internship in Lithuanian companies, but you can always replace it, change it to Erasmus traineeship. So you will gain experience in real companies, in real organization, and after that you can share it with your group mates, with the teachers, and after second year you are going to get internships again, and after that, after the third year, you will go to the final traineeship, and after those 3 study years, you will gain experience in about 3 months of traineeships. You will be ready for the real workplace, not only gain knowledge theoretically, but in practical way as well. Then, as you can see, there is mentioned distance learning. So we are very experienced in distance learning. During the COVID, we organized a lot of classes online, and even at the moment, we got a lot of classes, mostly theoretical classes online. Those practical classes, for example, in Faculty of Medicine, you can imagine we got nursing study program. So it's impossible to prepare a nurse without practical training. But still, some theoretical classes, let's see, sociology, ethics, languages, or anatomy, you can learn in distance way. But real processes, real procedures, first aid, etc., you can you need to come to face-to-face classes. We got modern study environment. So we are not only using electronic learning system, but we got a lot of classes of physics laboratories, chemical laboratories, robotic classes. Also, we got in Faculty of Medicine physiotherapy classes, with some cosmetology classes, with the saunas, with a lot of different equipment for disabled people with disabilities. So it's a lot of different equipment and a lot of opportunities to choose correct study program and get as much as you can. I'll show you soon in a few slides what kind of study programs you can choose in Utena College, in our institution. We got intercultural environment. So it's maybe interesting for you, and it's very important for you that we are not teaching only Lithuanians, but we got some incoming Erasmus students. For example, time after time, we got students from Jordan, from Turkey, from Spain, from Portugal, from France, from Poland, from Latvia, from Ukraine, and we got some full-time students. They're also coming from neighbor countries. Let's see, we got Latvians who are studying here. Then we got Ukrainian students. The majority of our international students are Ukrainians, and at the moment they are studying in three different study programs. So they are studying in practical nursing study program, then in odontological care, and in information systems engineering. But it's possible to choose other study programs as well. We have not only European countries students, let's see, not only Ukrainians, Latvians, and Erasmus students. We got a huge group of Bangladeshi students. So it's very nice to have intercultural environment. And the last but not least, there is opportunities for further education in the universities and postgraduate studies. So some of the students thinking that college it's in lower level than universities. But personally, I did by myself. I finished my studies in Utena College, and after that I went to study one extra studies in university. And at the moment, I'm completing my master thesis, my master degree. So it's even better because comparing university and the college. I feel really big difference. In college, you get much more practical experience, much more practical classes, practical tasks to do during the meetings with the teachers. And in universities, you got much more theoretical classes. You need to read more. You need to prepare your thesis, and that's why I more prepare college studies. Okay, and finally, I just mentioned you before a couple of study programs, but there is the list of our student programs that you can choose. We got two faculties. First one is Faculty of Business and Technologies, and you can see there is listed study programs. So it's Occupational Safety and Environmental Engineering. It's very important because, as I mentioned, we got a lot of forests, lakes. So we got a lot of students who's choosing this study program, mostly local students. Then automatic control systems. It's one of the most popular study programs of Erasmus students. They are choosing it because it's mixed between informatics and robotics. Some people thinking that informatics is only programming, only coding, only creating some web pages, and there is more with robotics, more with programming to move with the movement. It's more like a physics, so it's very interesting. Then clothing design and technology. It's very specific. I don't know if any of other Lithuanian universities or colleges prepared this study program, but we got a strong factory of clothing with Utenos Kolegija, so they are accepting our students to do traineeships to prepare their clothes and send all around the world. But I mean, it's not that people who's sewing with a machine, it's technologists. We are preparing technology students who are responsible to make correct forms, correct colors, and etc. We got foodstuff technology, which is also very important for our region. As I mentioned, we got beer factory, meat factory, milk factory, so a lot of food and drink factories in Lithuania, in Utena city. We got accounting study program. Then we got, it's the most popular at the moment for foreign students, for our Bangladeshi students, management of tourism services. And I guess it's very interesting, not only for Bangladesh students, but for all the international students, because they can compare what's the differences in Lithuanian tourism sector in your country. I don't know if there is all the people joined from Ukraine or not, but there is some differences, but you can compare it and see get the, let's say, the best experience, best practices, and that what you learn in Lithuania you can use in Ukraine. That what you know from Ukraine you can use in Lithuania. Then we got transport and business logistics. We got business management and innovations. As I mentioned, we got information systems engineering. One more thing, what is very interesting, the agricultural technology, and we got law study program. So it's the law study program. It's, let's say, in two parts. It's quite popular for Latvian students. We got Lithuanian law, but we got also classes of European law. And let's continue to the next faculty, Faculty of Medicine. we got less study programs, but we got similar size amount of students here. So we got the dental hygiene, odontological care, physiotherapy studies. The most popular for our Ukrainian students, it's general practice nursing. So we got experience of about 5 years maybe to organize general practice nursing study program for Ukrainian students groups. So our teachers at the moment students studied in Russian language, but I don't know, maybe in future it would be possible to organize it in English as well. So we will see, but it's the most popular, and we got more than 100 graduates during this period. We got dental technology. It's also one of the most interesting study programs that we can provide. As I know, for example, in Lithuania, only 2 higher education institutions providing studies for dental technologists. And for example, in our neighborhood country, in Latvia, they got only 1 higher education institution. That's why it's very, let's say, very small amount of higher education institutions can provide this study program, but it's very interesting. Even you can see in the photograph how it looks like. It's not like odontological who are repairing your teeth, who are fixing your teeth, but they are doing let's say, small models of the teeth which they can use. And the last study program, it's also very popular for foreigners, mostly from Latvia. It's social work. And let's continue about Erasmus. As I mentioned at the beginning, that we got Erasmus Plus exchange opportunity. We got, there was mentioned 3 things that students can go for mobility for studies. Students can go for mobility for training abroad. There is opportunity to go for graduates, students who are graduating in Utena higher education institution. They still can choose traineeship abroad after they're receiving diploma. 1 academic year, they can go to gain practice in other countries. For example, at the moment, even today, before this meeting, I contacted one of our students from who's graduated last year in tourism services management, and at the moment he's in Italy, and he's getting more experience. And after that, he will come back to Lithuania, and it will be much easier to find the workplace, good work, and I think it's much better. And there is the 4th thing, which is not mentioned. There is blended intensive programs. So it's very interesting because higher education institutions are organizing blended intensive programs, and the students can go for the short period for 1 week. And it's always in all the blended intensive programs, there are 3 different countries and at least 15 different students. So you can meet people from different countries, make new friends. So it's very interesting. And let's say in short about exchange for studies and training. If you are studying in Utena College and you are choosing Erasmus Plus studies abroad, it doesn't matter in which country, but for example, in Italy, students comparing study subjects that they are studying in Utena, and they are getting suggestions from receiving institution, from other university, and we are comparing those study subjects. They are studying in abroad, they are getting grades, they are coming back to Lithuania, and they don't need to complete some additional things. They are just those grades that they received abroad, we are writing in their diploma in Utena College. It's quite similar for the traineeships, for the practices. If the students got traineeship, for example, 1 month in Lithuania, they can go abroad. Just there is the minimum of 2 months of Erasmus, so they can go for 2 months abroad and get experience in company. They can choose company wherever they want, and after that, they are coming back, getting the grade from the mentor, from the director of the company, and we are writing this grade in diploma. Okay. And now a little bit, not a little bit, but the most important thing to familiarize you with application form, with the admission to our institution. So first of all, you need to be sure that your qualification giving access to higher education in Lithuania. I will show you the list of the documents, but one of the most important documents to receive your higher secondary education diploma, and after that we will be able to make the recognition of it, because those students who finished, for example, in Ukraine 11 classes, they can apply for the higher education. Those who finished all 9 classes, they cannot, because they need to finish higher secondary education. Then your qualifications belong to the formal education system, to the country of its origin. So it must be original documents provider, or let's say legal school, not only the courses, some additional courses, but that school which provides you higher secondary education. And make sure that you complete documentation package of the requirements that we provide on our webpage, and that I will show you soon, because some students want to apply to our institution. They're sending the documents, and after that they're asking, oh, I sent the documents, but you didn't check my application. That's because they're sending not all of the documents. I'll jump to the next slide, and I'll show you the list of the documents that we required. I'll come back here soon. So first of all, we need to get application form. You need to fill in all your information about yourself, about your education, about your address, personal data. You need to choose the study program where you want to study. Then we need to get copies of your higher secondary education diploma. Some students already got bachelor degrees or master degrees, but we are accepting students according to their higher secondary education. So if they got finished additional courses, let's say bachelor degree, master degree, they can also provide those additional documents. We can sometimes accept some study subjects that they already studied before, but we still going to accept student by his higher secondary education. Then we need not only your diploma, but we need to get your evaluation, your grades, and also examination. Maybe I don't know how old are the participants who are at the moment listening this presentation, but if you are finished a little bit earlier, not this year, we got experience with the students who applied during the COVID. So they got ZNO in the Ukraine, and they got some another testing, and we also accepted it. After that, we need to get your passport copy, and if you change your surname, for example, if the girls get married and you finished your diploma with one surname, and after marriage you gain another surname, we need to receive your document confirming your change of your surname. And after that, the last thing, you need to complete the request form to evaluation of your diploma. And after sending all this, let's say, package of the documents, we are going to evaluate it. What I want to mention, that evaluation of your secondary education diploma, it's free. You don't need to additional pay. but registration fee for international students costs 50 euros. It's not refundable, but when you are sending all the documents, you are sending 50 euros to our account, college account, and after that we are preparing your application and giving the answers. And I want to come back one slide, which I jumped, about the admission process. I mentioned before, we got 2 semesters and 2 periods for applications. So for autumn semester, admission is open from 1st of May till 2nd of July. And for spring semester, it's open from 1st of October till 2nd of November. And all the documents you can send to our admission email. It's admission@utenos-kolegija.lt. And we are regularly checking, answering the questions, answering the requests, everything what you want to ask. You can always write our email admission@utenos-kolegija.lt. But we are analyzing documents for admission only those when students sending between those admission periods. So just make sure that you can make a request form, write some questions even at the moment on February, on March. But if you want to apply, you need to send the documents between the 1st of May and 2nd of July. And let's continue. About admission in a higher education institution, there is opportunity for the students. We know the situation in Ukraine. A lot of people, the war touched a lot of people. That's why some students could lose their diplomas. So there is opportunity to evaluate students without the original diploma, without diplomas, but make sure that you, let's say, try hard to get the copies, because some of the students graduated in their higher secondary school. Oh, it's jumped. The slide is jumped. I'm very sorry about it. Yeah. Even if you don't have original documents, you can write the letter or call your secondary education institution. They should keep the copies in their databases, so you can ask them for the copy. Check your electronic email or Google Disks or some other clouds, because some students sometimes saving their diplomas and maybe they got their original one, let's say scanned one in their own computers. But if you don't have original or copies, you could be accepted according to the rules of Utena higher education qualification recognition without the documents. Let's continue. There is a lot of slides about admission, because I think it's the most important to know how to apply, what kind of documents you need to prepare. So at the moment, we are doing recognition of your higher secondary education diploma. So as I mentioned in previous slide, you need to send the whole package of your diplomas, and we are following guidelines of Center of Quality Assessment in Higher Education of Lithuania, and they got the rules for each country, what kind of evaluation they're getting, what kind of qualification they're getting after their graduation, and we are looking at the guidelines and making the decision if your diploma is equivalent to Lithuanian one and you are able to study in higher education institution in Lithuania, or you need some additional let's say steps. Sometimes if you finish, let's say 9 classes in Ukraine, there is example only for Ukraine. It's for other countries as well. There might be some similarities, but if you finish not higher secondary education but only secondary education, your diploma could be rejected, and we could write that you need to complete higher secondary education. But in some countries, you just need additional testing, additional examination, additional interview. So, and some students can get decision that your diploma is completely equivalent to Lithuanian, and you can apply for the higher secondary education. And one more thing, you can see in red color that academic recognition of foreign qualifications is integrated part of the admission process, and it's not equivalent to admission to a higher education institution. So without evaluation of your secondary education diploma, without recognition, you cannot be accepted. But even if you're not going to accept all the students, we are doing this recognition, and we will give you the answer that your diploma is equivalent to study in Lithuania, exactly to study in Utena College or not. So you're still going to get, everyone going to get the answers. And one more thing, the last point, what you can see, I mentioned that it's free of charge. It's no, you don't need to additionally pay for recognition documents. You are just paying 50 euros registration fee, and it's included everything. And I see there is a lot of questions still floating to the chat, but only a couple of slides are left, so we will finish in a couple of minutes, and we will got some time to answer everything. I'd like to continue about accommodation. So we got some students' dormitories. At the moment, we got 2 dormitories. Let's say one student dormitory, it's more for the students from Faculty of Medicine, because in this building there is some laboratories for dental technicians, for dental hygienists, odontological care students. So they got the classes in their dormitory building as well. And another one for students from Faculty of Business and Technology, there is some classes from their study programs. So it's very comfortable that you sometimes, not all the time, but you can live in the same dormitory where you got the classes. So it's very easy to reach. How you need to get dormitory? You just need to write application form, request form, and that's it. After that, we are confirming that you will get the room, and you can sign a dormitory agreement after that. Talking about the rooms, it's divided in blocks. There is in one block there is 2 rooms, and they are double room and triple room. In one room there is always lives only the boys or only the girls. We are not mixing students by gender, and most of the time in the whole block there is only one gender people. So let's say only boys block or only girls block, but it's because of that shower and the toilet, it's 1 for 2 blocks. So it's much more comfortable when there is one gender people. But we got a lot of small blocks, so we can easily fit and easily find the room. And yeah, let's say that's in short about the dormitory. Just one more thing what I want to mention. Of course, you will know when you come here to Utena, but students are responsible for all the damage if you do something in dormitory. But most of the time there is everything good and there is no problems about it. And for finishing, our presentation is already outgoing for 40 minutes. We need to keep some time for answering the questions, but you can always all the time write our admission at utenos-kolegija.lt, and there's majority mistake with WhatsApp or Viber. You can call to our working phone, or you can write our working phone, and you'll much easier can answer all your questions. So there is the slide for the questions, and I see there is quite a lot. So I'm going to jump to the last slide. I want to thank you, everyone who has listened. I hope that you gain some information about admission, about the Utena region, about Lithuania, about study programs, or anything and everything. And let's check your questions. So I see Petro is asking about medicine. He has a question. What does practical training look like for students enrolled in medical programs? Is there any opportunity to work in real hospitals or clinics during studies? Uh-huh. Also, are there any legal restrictions for international students regarding medical practice? So, head of my department going to answer this question.
Okay, thank you for your question. It's a very good question. And as a teacher of intercultural nursing at our college, and I am responsible for, together with my colleague, with Erasmus program. So I would like to say that here in Lithuania, we have practical training in hospitals. In our city, we have 3 hospitals, and our students take about 50% of their studies doing practical training in real work conditions. And about opportunity to work in a real hospitals, yes, you can work, but only not as a nurse but just like what do you use?
Nurse assistant.
Nurse assistant, and it is this possibility. And regarding legal restrictions for international students, they are the same like for our national students. So every student has to have permission to work with other people, and that's all. So have I answered it?
So we will see, and maybe Petra. There is maybe Petra will answer. And we would like to continue to the second question. Okay, like this. Oh, so I hope everyone can see it. There is the question: how many materials are online compared to library? I don't know, maybe.
It is very difficult to say because it depends on study subject and depends on teacher. But usually we provide in a Moodle environment, we give students a lot of material which they can read online or just download into their computers. So we do not ask to take a lot of books from a library.
Yes, and I just want to add a little bit that we are using a lot of databases from other universities, so you can easily find the book in our electronic library.
And as well, if talking about libraries, so we have a lot of possibilities to give students possibility to take books from different other institutions, and we have like a virtual library, and you can choose what you want.
Okay, so thank you for the question, and we are going to the third one. If a program is taught in Russian, will there be a difference in the diploma compared to an English taught programs in terms of recognition and accreditation?
The answer is no, it won't be any different because we have our diplomas which are in Lithuanian and English languages, and where there is no difference in which what was the language of instruction: Lithuanian, Russian, English, or other.
Okay, thank you, and let's continue to other question. If education in Germany is free, while in Lithuania it's paid, what are the specific advantages of Lithuania education? Is there anything that Utenos Kolegija graduates gain that is not available in other countries?
Not all education in Germany is free, and education in Lithuania for international students is not paid. Then they have some connections with Lithuania. So if they have parents, grandparents, which were born in Lithuania, so then students can apply for state-funded places, and they do not need to pay additionally. About the differences between German and Lithuanian education, it's very difficult now very shortly to say what are specific advantages, because all the countries, and Germany and Lithuania, are recognized European Union countries, and we belong to the same Bologna system. So it's up to student, prospective student, to select the country where he wants to study.
Okay. And maybe just very short additional sentence about this question. Our Lithuanian students, they are applying through the central system when they are sending the documents to not directly to us, but through the all the
Central Admission Office of Lithuania.
Yeah, Central Admission Office of Lithuania, and even if it's not Lithuanian citizen, but citizen from abroad, if they finished some exams, in Lithuanian exams, Lithuanian language course, they can study for free as well. So thank you for the question again, and let's continue. Oh, it's there was the same one. Okay, we didn't read this one. I want to stay in Lithuania to work after graduation. What opportunities does the government offer for international students? How easy is to obtain a work permit?
For every student, there is possibility to stay at Lithuania and to have a work, because and our immigration rules, it is left additional 6 months for graduates to find a work here in Lithuania. And now in the Ministry of Education, Sport and Science on Lithuania is going talk about the project, how to attract international students to stay here. So if you will decide to study in Lithuania, I think till the end of your graduation, this possibility it will be bigger than it is now. And how easy is it to obtain a work permit? We can just say it is not very difficult to get it.
And we got some experience that, for example, our Ukrainian nursing students, some of them are working in Utena or worked before in Utena hospital. So we got some experience. Okay, let's continue to other question. Is it true that winters in Lithuania are very cold, making life difficult for students? In Utena, well adapted for comfortable living in winter. Is Utena? It depends. Where are you from? If you are writing this, you are not from Ukraine, because in Ukraine you also got some cold winters. But for example, in Lithuania, I heard news today actually that yesterday there was the coldest day this year in Lithuania, and there was minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. So it's not so warm, but it's not that cold. And regularly during this winter there was very warm. It's almost like a spring. We got Bangladeshi students, and we got some people who is not our students, but they are living from Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, from that Central Asian countries. And even today, during the lunch break, I saw they are playing with the snowball. So it's not it's, let's say, it's not so hard to live in that cold. It's not that cold.
And I would like to just add that we have a heating systems, and every flat, every dormitory has a heating system, so it's quite warm in winter time in Lithuania.
Yeah, inside there is always about at least 20 degrees Celsius, so it's not a problem. And outside it's very fresh. It's good. Okay, thank you for the question. And there is another one. Hello, does Utenos Kolegija provide courses or programs for students who wants to start their own business in Lithuania? So actually, we got not specific courses, but we got study programs in business field. We got business management and innovations. For example, I am graduated in this study program, and we got transport business and logistics. We got tourism services management. All those three study programs are similar to business. We got accounting as well. It's maybe a little bit more with calculations, but during all those courses, you will got marketing classes, advertising classes, you got management classes, you got innovation classes. So it's not only the courses, but it's the whole study programs when you can get experience of the creating business. Okay, let's continue. If I enroll in nursing or social work, can I participate in internships in European Union countries through exchange programs?
Yes.
Yes, you can use, for example, Erasmus Plus, and you can. A lot of our students who are studying nursing or social work, they are participating in exchanges abroad. Okay, another question. Do international student needs to obtain an official work permit for part-time jobs? What are the rules and opportunities for student jobs? So students can work 0.5 shift in Lithuania during your studies, and I don't think so. That's some additional rules. That's only you cannot work more than 0.5 shift. But we got some students who are working in kitchen, restaurants, in cafeterias, and they are studying here in Utena College. And we are very flexible about the schedule. For example, some students studying only 4 times a week, or even intensively only 3 days a week. That's why they can study and work at the same time. Okay. Another question. Thanks for the information. Does the engineering and robotics program include modules that allow students to work with autonomous systems or drones? Is the collaboration with companies developing these technologies? We don't have program engineering and robotics. It's automatic control system. Just you catch that information. That's something similar to robotics. I cannot tell about the models. Our teachers from this faculty could accept this question, but we got some companies. There is one of the biggest Lithuanian company, Teltonika, and it's located nearby Utena, only about 30 kilometers away. And they are very strong in electronics making, and we got a lot of excursions with the students, a lot of inviting a lot of guests from this company. So it's, yeah, you can gain experience from the real company. Okay, can you tell if I can enroll in a medical program and study in Russian, or it's English speaking program only? Should I have some medical background for that? How long does this program lasts? And what's the price and conditions to be enrolled, except of those documents you mentioned before?
So I will answer this question. Now we have a general practice nursing study program for international students only in Russian language. So in English we do not have, just only some subjects like professional foreign language is in English or in German. No, you shouldn't have some medical background for that. You, as David has mentioned, you need to have a secondary education, but if you have finished some medical colleges in Ukraine or in some countries which can just accept some of them, and your studies will be a bit shorter than for others. How long does this program last? This program is 3.5 years, and it is 210 credits. And what is the price or conditions to be enrolled? So the price, it will be about 3,300 euros per 1 year. And documents are the same like for other students.
Awesome. Just give us a second and we are going to another question. Yes, here. What is student life like in Utena? Is housing more affordable here, and is that adaptation easier for students from Ukraine and other countries? So yeah, I can answer it. Of course, comparing Lithuanian biggest cities, capital Vilnius and Kaunas, they got a lot of clubs, bars, and nightlife. In Utena, we don't have that much. But personally, for me, I born in Utena, I studied in Utena, now I live in Utena. There is bars, there is football club, there is basketball club, there is quizzes, there is a lot of parks. Mostly when it's warm, you can go for swimming, for cycling. And for example, I'm crazy about the basketball. I can play basketball every day from the morning till the evening. So in Utena, in even the small city where lives less than 30,000 people, I know there is maybe 10 basketball courts. So it's easy to find what to do. And comparing the prices, of course, comparing Vilnius and Kaunas, it's much, much cheaper. Our dormitory costs 70 euros per month at the moment. In the future, it might change a little bit, but not so much. It's 70 euros per month. And price for one room flat, it might be about 200 euros probably. So if you are going to live, for example, two people in one flat, or rent a flat, so it's not that expensive.
And I would like to add that here in Lithuania, we very love Ukrainian people, and adaptation is quite easy because of our history and nowadays situation.
And we got a lot of Ukrainian students, as I mentioned, maybe about 5 years. There is students coming. One group is finishing, another one is coming. One group is finishing, another one is coming. And at the moment, we got 9th group of international students.
So I think we have answered to this question about career prospects for our graduates. So our graduates can stay work in Lithuania or in other countries if we would like to do this. And it's very realistic to stay and work here after graduation to get a residence permit and find job in Lithuanian or international companies, as we have a lot of international companies in Lithuania. The one of the most important things is to have education, and of course to know other languages like English, Russian, German, or other language.
And even we got some students who are learning Lithuanian. I was very, very surprised. We got a Ukrainian student, which is a third year student at the moment. She came just when the war in Ukraine started, and now she can clearly speak Lithuanian. Even Lithuanian and Ukrainian language is completely different. Okay.
Yes, is a Lithuanian diploma well recognized in European countries? For example, if I study here but I want to work in France or Netherlands, will be any? No. Our diploma is recognized in every European country, in United Kingdom, in USA and other countries. It belongs to Bologna process, so it means that you can work with this diploma everywhere you would like to do it. You said that social work is a popular specialty. Where do students work after graduating from this specialty? What is the salary and what is the cost? And can I learn Lithuanian at the same time while studying this specialty in English? I will answer from the last question about Lithuanian language. So we organized for our international students the basic of Lithuanian languages. They if they want to learn Lithuanian, to talk, to speak in Lithuanian, we can do this. And for social worker, there are a lot of places where they can work, and they can work in municipality, we can work in communities, we can work in very, very different institutions. Salary is it depends on a lot of conditions. For example, how long do you work in social work, what is your degree, and so on. But it's usually it's always more than 1,000 euro. And what is the cost of studying in English? So it will be about 200 euro, but the real prices will be known in the end of March. So clothing design, what are the conditions for admission to the specialty? Do I need now? Because the rules for admissions are the same for all students, and portfolio of work, it is not needed because it will have no addition point. So the documents for admission are the same, like David has mentioned. So documents which are related with your personal identification, and documents which are needed to prove your education.
Just one more thing, what I want to mention, comparing clothing design and other study programs, it's not that popular like nursing or informatics or business management. So if there should be the bigger group of the students, we cannot organize students. We cannot organize studies if there will be 2 or 3 students. But we will see it after the admission starts.
I want to study an IT program, but I have no programming experience. Do you offer preparatory courses or support for such student? Preparatory courses we do not offer, but support, we have support system, academic support, social support. So of course there is a possibility that someone will help you to know how to do programming. Can I earn additional certification in digital marketing or financial analysis alongside my studies in business management to improve my competitiveness? Additional certifications we do not offer for our students some special courses, but student can decide, for example, can study in 2 programs at one time.
And one more thing, that we got freely chosen subject every year. So even if you are studying business management, you can choose some one study program, not program, but one study subject from Faculty of Medicine, or you can get additional knowledge from the marketing. So in diploma, as a freely chosen subject, you can see there is additional marketing, for example. And we will open another question soon. Okay. I would like to study logistics. Please tell me how students look for an internship. Does the university help with this? Oh, I don't know why it's closed. I'll try to open again. Is it easy to find a job in this field in Lithuania? Actually, we got big logistics company Blairas in Lithuania, in Utena. There work a lot of foreigners from the, let's say, Asian countries. So you can, I guess, easily find a traineeship place. And if you, let's say, recommend yourself, if you show the interest and show the hard work, you can work here.
And I would like to say that every study program and every faculty has social partners. So it means that university, we just offer our students, we give them a list of companies where they can do internship. And in this case, and doesn't like these companies, so he can find by himself. Is it easy to find a job? Yes, it's very popular and study program and job position here in Lithuania. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw there's some questions for career opportunities. It's, let's say, the same. We are not going to repeat it, so we are going further.
Regarding special programs or benefits for Ukrainian applicants, this moment there is no special programs, but our ministry and our government every year supports students from Ukraine. So a bit later we will know about this.
Last 2 years, students received scholarships from the government. So if they confirms in the future, the students will get it as well. Okay. On the display. Right. Well. Hello. What do you do in a situation where a man in a married couple enters in the university? Life in a dormitory is impossible for a married couple.
It's possible.
It's possible
to live together with your man or woman. We like David has said, we are very flexible, and if students would like to live with their persons, so they can just rent this room for family.
Veronica asked about it because I already mentioned that regularly in one block there lives the same gender, only the boys, only the girls. But we got experience that even not married people, not families, but the couples live together. So it's okay. It's not a problem.
It's quite easy to transfer from one study program to another study program, and you do not need to lose some time if your study programs are in the similar study field. For example, if you would like to go from business management to transport business, there is no problem.
And there is the last question. Are there free sport facilities on campus, and what sports club do university offer? Actually, we don't have sport facilities, but in the city there is a lot of gyms, so you can go to the gym. There is the on the summertime there is a lot of stadiums, a lot of basketball courts, tennis courts, or even you can rent you can find a friend and rent the hall, the school hall, to do the sports. For example, tennis, volleyball, handball, basketball.
And there are a lot of public places in Utena where you can sport without some money.
Mhm. So that was the last question. I want to thank you, everyone, for listening, for a lot of good questions. I'm always happy to have at least one or two questions, but there was full chat, so I'm very happy about it. If you got some additional question, we are waiting for it. If not, so I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
We will wait you in Utena.